Hello all, D-Swank here, and I am in Space Engineers, and we're looking at the mods that make Season 2, some behind-the-scenes stuff. And the biggest one that we're looking at today, well, the primary one that we're looking at today, is the system generator. It's fairly complex. I'll have a link in the description below, but there have been several videos on this already on YouTube, so I am going to keep this brief. Now, in setting up the world, you want to make sure you don't have, at least the way we set up the world. I set the asteroids to none. Empty world. I went with creative so I could easily do things like being able to breathe and all of that. Now I'm adding the mods, so hopefully things go quickly and things aren't bejorked with the new update. Alright. Delete that. Let's look at planets. Now, a couple of things you really need to be aware of is some of the planets, like Luma, do not run well with multiplayer. There we go. Words speak. You can do it. Let's see. We're going to play around with some of these worlds, making them bigger and smaller, and certain ones are better at certain sizes. I'm going to go with Overvent, and leave that for now. So we have the Nebula mod, we have the Water mod. I have that for, oh wait, I think it's Orcus or Aquarius I want to add in here. Alright, so we don't have much here. We can go in. I'm trying. There we go. I play too many games with too many ways of bringing up the text editor. Now, give me a sec so I'm dyslexic. I need to look at what I'm typing, and I'll be right back. Now, the easiest thing to do is just open the world like we have and type in SSG random. That, hit enter. It'll take a little bit. We're just going to leave it alone. Alright, so for my system, it took a little bit of time to spawn in all the planets. You can see overvents down there. If I look at the sun, you can see the cloud effects of the nebula. Technically, I think we are inside the nebula. There's another overvent. There's two overvents? Or am I just being dumb? But anyway, if you look in your inventory, we have this. So we have just these spawned. Ooh, it remembered things. No, it didn't, because we have Earth-like spawned. Okay. So, we have the GPS locations of all of the planets in that file folder for us. So we have Overvent down there, and you can see from this the random sized of the, yeah, there's Pertam. What? I'm not sure what I'm reading here. I'm drawing a blank. That may be Pertam is moon of Gaia. Cycle objects, planets. That's the Gaia planet. That's the Earth-like planet. There's the city planet. We'll come back to that. Here's Orcus. Now, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, yes, Orcus is a planet that uses the water mod. I installed the water mod, and when the planet spawned in, the water mod was installed on it correctly, which is great. That's fantabulous. We've got little lakes and things like that. Now let's take a look at the city planet. Now this is supposed to be a moon. It's only supposed to be 19 kilometers in diameter. And because of that, well, this one also has water. Forget about that. It looks impressive, but also really messy. And you have these great big buildings. The height map is really stretched and funky looking in places, but it's a much bigger city. And if all you're looking for is things to fly around in, like trench run down this, yeah, it works. It works just fine. Have motorboat races, things like that. But in other places, it's not as wonderful. It's got issues. We got towers and things like that, and so some planets don't look so good stretched. So you need to be aware when you're creating the system. So how would I do that? Well, again, let me check my typing. Alright, so let's stay looking at the planet. Enter /SSG clear voxels. Now this should just wipe out all voxels from the map. Yep, we're back to an empty map. The nebula is gone, things like that. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to build the planet systems a little different, okay? So, alright. So we have our world. We're going to first want to see what planets are available. So, SSG. All of the commands start with SSG. And list available. Alright. Available planets: Pertam, Earth-like Alien, Mars, Moon, Europa, Titan, Triton, Orcus, Overvent, Teralis, and Gaia. Now, one of the best ways of getting this information for me was I came over here and looked at our chat history. And when I was building the planet, I called this so I could get the full names of everything. And then I built this. And let me check and see if it's actually recording that. Nope. Okay. Well, this is a notepad. And I will throw up a screenshot of it now. You'll notice the numbers don't match what was in the world that we're playing in. That's because a lot of this was things in testing. It even has planets that are no longer in the world because they don't allow multiplayer, like Luma and Moria, something like that. But what we have now is, I want to go back and bring up the page so I can actually type this correctly. Hit enter. Go SSG and say I do not want Earth-like. Okay? I type in remove planet all together, and then Earth-like. Boom. Removed Earth-like. It is no longer one that will generate. Now, I can just type, go up, alien, boom. And you can go through and remove all planets, all vanilla planets that way. And these are just a list of all the planets that are, well, on the world, on the save, as it were. Now, the next one is, we're going to add a planet to the generation. And I'm just going to go over and copy overvent. We're going to make the overvent 1,000 kilometers across. So, /SSG add planet overvent, which is the name of the planet, 1,000 kilometers in diameter. So, it's been added. Now, next up, I'm going to put Orcus as a moon of overvent. But, Orcus, I feel like it should be bigger than that. So let's bump you up to 300. Not 3,000, 300. Now, here's what I don't know. Could I put Taralis as a moon of Orcus? Which I'm going to try. That's going to be my next experiment. Alright, so we're adding a belt. So SSG add belt. We want to give it a density of, well, if I don't add a density, it gives a density factor between 0 and 1. Okay? And I can put a higher density in, but it's not necessarily recommended. So let's just go ahead and do that, and we're going to put it around Taralis. Okay. Now, you can do that with a chain, which we're basically going to do the exact same thing, but add a chain on to Taralis. Chains require a little difference because the number isn't the density on it, it is the distance of the chain. So we're going to have a 20-kilometer chain behind Teralis. Alright. Let's say their moon collapsed. The moon of the moon of the moon collapsed. Now, you can, if you have stars, you can add stars. You can add nebula, which is the next thing I'm going to be adding. It's SSG, add nebula. Add nebula, and then the name of the planet that you want it around, which we're going to put it around Orcus. Okay, so we've given all of our instructions for building this system. And if you had more named planets, you have your 000 location on the map. All the planets will spawn within a circle roughly 1,000 kilometers out. So that's why ours is so compact. Our system is so compact, and it looks like everything is a moon of the of Overvent. You can increase the distance out, I believe. And you can increase the angle from the plane that they spawn at. That is starting to get beyond what I understand with this mod. So this is trying to be as brief overview as possible, but there's a lot here. Okay? So we just told the game to create what we told it to add. Okay. Teralis is unrecognized. Dang it. I wasn't paying attention to that. Huh? Okay, so we have this small little moon, or planet, as a moon. Some things didn't work quite right, but with playing with it, we can figure out more of it. But here's Orcus. We didn't get the asteroids because I didn't name Teralis correctly, and I overlooked that, and I was being a dummy. But the system works that way, so yay. I know why it did that, because we added that. Yeah, we added that one, but didn't remove this one. This is the default. That's kind of our, well, the rough how you build a system. If you want more information, go ahead, read up on the guide. It's better. This is basically the brief on how it all works. There are better videos to tell you how it all works, but like I said, this is the brief. I hope you've enjoyed this. The best way to learn with this is going to be playing around with it. So, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.